Okay, so now here we are, ready on the floor. I still have my chair nearby. I just have it off the edge or at the front edge of my mat. So hopefully you have something padded underneath you. If you're working on carpet, that's fine. You might want to have a blanket because we're going to be doing a little bit of low lunge series. So you might want to pad your knees with a blanket. To begin, we're going to go into our cat-cow. So neutral spine with your knees underneath your hips and your palms underneath your shoulders. You'll inhale and arch the spine, exhale, round the spine, take the navel towards your spine. Again, this entire focus of this practice is all this energy that lives in our navel center. Sending awareness and appreciation for all those times that it warns us of unsafe actions or feelings. One more time, inhale, exhale, come to neutral. Now we're going to do a little bit of balancing. So this is a bird dog situation. So you're going to extend one leg behind you, so slide your toes along the floor. When you feel steady, lift that foot up so that the hips are still in alignment, so there's no, it's very easy to start to come out of alignment here. So we want the toes to be pointing downward, and then you'll lift the opposite hand. Now it can come to the chair, so you might start there, see how it feels, and when you feel like you have your balance, because you've got so much attention going on in your navel center, you can extend that hand with the thumb facing the ceiling. And then exhale, and we're gonna come into just a quick little child's pose. So you can rest your elbows down, your forehead may or may not wanna touch the floor. Then when you inhale, you'll extend the opposite foot, slide the toes back, lift, toes are still pointing towards the ground. Engage your abdominals, lift the opposite hand, maybe start with the chair. When you feel ready, extend through that arm. So opposite arm and foot are reaching in opposite directions. Exhale, coming back into that brief little child's pose, rest your elbows, maybe the forehead. Inhale, do 2 more cycles. Start with the leg. When you feel steady, extend through the arm. When you're ready, exhale, elbows, maybe forehead. Bring yourself back up on the inhale. Start with the leg. Maybe the hand comes to the chair. Maybe the hand is ready to extend. And come back for a brief child's pose. And then bring yourself back to all fours. Now we're going to go into the lunge series. So place your hands on your chair seat. You might need to adjust yourself. Starting with your right leg, you're going to roll that foot around and bring it in front of your chair. And again, make some adjustments, so take your time here. Adjust the width. You don't want too narrow between your 2 hips, so the foot and the knee can be adjusted. Placing your hands on the chair seat, and now just start to bend and straighten a little bit this front knee. So starting to open up this opposite hip flexor. Do you feel that? And then when you're ready, pause here, and we'll come into a twist. So take this right hand to your low back, place it there. The reason we place it here is to bring some attention so that we don't torque our back. Now coming into this twist, you have options. That's what I love about the chair. It gives us extra options. You can place your hand in the center and start to twist from here. Maybe you come to the elbow and start to twist from there. Some people may want to go to the outside of this leg. Now just make sure that it feels safe in your body. You're not going beyond a point that you think was a good idea. Our yoga practice is to help us feel good in our bodies, not to wish that we were in a different body. We're in this body, in this moment. So be where you are, breathe. Then when you're ready, release. Come forward, both hands on the chair seat, And we'll start to lift the toes, the front toes, and glide the heel along the mat any amount to come into this forward fold. So bending forward. Now this leg does not have to be straight. You can keep a bend and come into a forward fold. And then when you're ready, inhale. From here, come back to the foot on the floor. Maybe do a few bend and straighten with this knee. Again, taking care and noticing what's happening in our opposite hip flexors, especially because we sit a lot. If you're ready, we can do a slight back bend. So you'll come forward to any degree. It can always be upright. If you feel okay, it could come forward a little bit. So wherever it feels safe in your body. You can take your hands to your hips and start to lengthen through your spine. You can take your arms overhead or into cactus here. The other option, if you want to try a back bend here, flex your toes into the mat of the back foot, and then with your same hand, use your fingertips to find that heel. Press those fingertips into the heel and use that to lift the upper body, lifting through the opposite arm. Find that space across your chest and the armpit. Breathe at your navel center. When you're ready, slowly, carefully exhale. Now from here, step this knee back, and we'll do a little bit of a puppy dog pose here in between sides. So you'll just reach your arms back, let your head be in between your two arms. And then we'll switch to the other side. So now you'll see the other side if you're watching me. So swing that hip around, bring the foot to the chair. Take your time. If you were using a blanket to pad that knee, you might need to adjust that as well. When you're ready, then start to bend and back off. Bend and back off. See what's available on the second side. And also this is a nice way to make sure that you've created the kind of space and the distance, so both the length and the width that you need for your lower body here. This third time as you bend, we'll start to come into the twist. So take this hand to your low back. And then when you're ready, you have options. You can use the hand in the center of the chair. Maybe you put the elbow down on the chair. Finding your version of a twist that feels safe in your body. If you're comfortable, you can take this hand, the opposite hand, to the outside of that leg. You can extend the back hand away. Breathing comfortably. And when you're ready, untwist yourself, bringing both hands to the chair seat, and then picking up the toes and extend. Come into a forward fold here. Again, leg doesn't have to be straight. Just lift your toes towards the ceiling, bend your elbows. And then rebend. Plant the foot down, do a few more of our forward and back. Lubricating through the hips. And then finding your version of a back bend. That could be hands to hips. Hands in cactus, hands overhead. These are all just options. You're just trying things out, seeing what feels good for you. Making sure the neck is long, no tension. If you wanted to try the half Ustrasana or camel pose, I just like to flex my toes back there, and then I take my fingertips, I find that heel, I use the fingertips to press down into the heel, create space through my hips, and then I lift my gaze. I don't throw my head back. I just lift my gaze slightly towards the ceiling, and I open up through my opposite armpit. This is a huge back bend, so make sure your back is feeling in a good space for doing this. When you're ready, slowly, carefully bring yourself out. Both hands come to the chair seat, so wherever you were. And then we'll reach this foot back, come into our puppy. and then extend yourself. And we'll continue with more poses on the ground.